My dear sisters and children, in today's gospel, we can see the reaction of the Pharisees and the high priest after the resurrection of Lazarus. The message reaches them, and they should have been very happy that a dead person is raised to life. Instead of that, they discuss something against Jesus. Why? Why? Because of jealousy. A few years back, uh, the Maggi noodles were banned. You know, that you might have heard at least. Yes. What happens when there are competitions between two companies who produce noodles? When one company's business goes up, the other company finds something fault. If they are not able to find fault by themselves, they pay money to the people who test food and make them to say something is fault in that protection, so that their company will go down, their business will come up. This usually takes place in the competitive world. In order to put one down, they find some weakness or some faults, and they try to put that person down, and they will come up in business. And that is what we call throat cutting competition. So that takes place in the modern world, in the uh, uh, material world. But in the spiritual world, it should not have been. But that is what happening here. Pharisees and Caiaphas, high priest, and especially today, the high priest Caiaphas is pronouncing something with regards to the death of Jesus. What did he say? What did he say according to today's gospel? Huh? Yeah, yes, very good. It is better one person dies for the good of everyone. For the good of everyone, it is better one person die. And therefore, they want to finish Jesus physically liquidated. I mean, removed from this world. Because the movements of Jesus and the actions of Jesus, the miracles of Jesus, produce more and more envy and jealousy among the high priest and the Pharisees. They are unbearable to them. The actions of Jesus were unbearable to them, and therefore they want somehow finish Jesus. And therefore, what did Jesus do? Jesus went to a desert place called Ephraim, and he stayed there. And that is why Judas has to betray Jesus. Because earlier Jesus was moving publicly, now Jesus is moving secretly and staying in a hidden place. And therefore, only they called, and what they are telling, they had given orders that anyone who knew where he was, he should let them know. And that is the reason why Judas has to betray Jesus. He has to tell whereabout of the Jesus. And that's why when the opportunity was there for Judas to betray, he approached them and asked for what monetary gain he can receive. And therefore, we can see from the life of Jesus and from the lives of Pharisees and high priests that there are various contradictions in their way of lives. They are not ready to accept Jesus as he is. They are trying to find out some faults because they are unable to see Jesus face to face, because the actions of Jesus put them down they are brought to a lower status, and people flock to him, and therefore they want to finish Jesus physically. My dear sisters and children, this is what happening in the present world, especially in politics. We can see people, one person comes up means they will bring lot of false accusation on that persons and try to put him behind the bar, and so that this person who is committing all types of nonsense can come up and have all the wealth of India, all the goodness, all the good things of India for one particular person or something like that. So we need to pray that the people who are doing such actions may diminish, and they try to understand the real value of spiritual life, like Jesus, who was ready to do good things, but people were against him in order to put him to death. Let us not be one of them who condemn Jesus. Let us be one of them who praise Jesus, who accept Jesus, and try to follow Jesus. Amen.